And next, I'm going to tell you a story that's been in our family for way over 100 years. It's a story of a little lame boy. This little lame boy was named David, and he lived at the end of the lane. And his mother had to go to work every day. And poor little David had to sit and watch the other children play because he couldn't play because he was lame. And he used to be so lonely. Mary was a little girl that worked across the street in the big house. And whenever she could get any time, she'd go over and talk to David. And she'd tell him all kind of stories, and about stories all over the world. Oh, he was so excited to have Mary come. And it was getting near Christmas time, and Mary started telling him about Santa Claus, and telling him how Santa Claus brings presents to good little boys all over the world. And then she'd say, "What do you want, David? What would you like Santa Claus to bring you?" Oh, it didn't take David any time to answer that question. He said, "I want a rocking horse." Oh, a rocking horse. What if Santa didn't know the way because David and his mother had just moved? Well, maybe she could get him something. And she said, "How would you like a glass with a little rocking horse on?" "Oh no, I want a real rocking horse. I want to sit by the window and rock, and I can play like I'm going all over the whole world." Oh, it would be so great. "Well, wouldn't you like a handkerchief with a little rocking horse on?" "Oh, no, I want a real rocking horse that I can rock in. I can't walk, but I can rock." Oh, what was Mary going to do? She thought and thought about it, and she saved her money, but she finally only had $1. And then she thought of a plan. She went downtown to the newspaper office, and she put an advertisement in the paper. "Wanted, a rocking horse for a little lame boy. He lives in the lane and where the big elm tree is. Just leave it under the elm tree." Well, when it became Christmas Eve, Mary was so excited she could hardly wait to go over and see if anyone would bring a rocking horse, just in case Santa didn't come. And as she just got over there, just as it was getting dusk, she heard some boys coming down the street. They had a wagon, and on the wagon was a rocking horse. Mary was so happy. And she heard one of the boys say, "Well, his tail's gone." And the other one said, "Yeah, but he sure is a good rocking horse. We sure have had a good time with him." "Well, the mane's kind of worn out," another one said, and the other one said, "Yeah, but he sure does rock good. I hope the little lame boy will like this rocking horse." They unloaded the rocking horse, and then Mary pulled it right over by the door, so that in the morning when David woke up, he would see it. But she hadn't only just got the horse over there when she saw a woman drive up in a car. And the woman took the rocking horse out of her car and lovingly placed it under the tree. And she left, and Mary took the rocking horse over by the door, and a great big delivery truck drove up, and took this big rocking horse out of the truck, and it was all wrapped up brand new from the store. Oh, Mary pulled it over by the door. Well, inside, David was just going to bed, and David said his prayers once again and asked Heavenly Father to see that he got a rocking horse for Christmas. And his mother was real worried. She had written a letter to Santa to tell him where she lived, but she didn't know if Santa would make it or not. And David, after he said his prayers, he climbed into bed and he dreamed of having a rocking horse that he could ride. And the next morning when he woke up, there stood a rocking horse. Santa had come and left him one. And then his mother went to the door. She knew Mary had put the ad in the paper. She opened the door and she said, "Oh, David, you prayed too hard. There are 12 rocking horses."